Fearless Pioneer. Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, we're going to be going over Commander XP, more in general, how to increase your Commander levels super fast in Season 3. I have a few tips and tricks for you guys, so let's get into it, and hope you guys enjoy the video. So the first tip, guys, it's pretty simple. I talked about this in my last video, actually. It's about your ring, how you want to be building your ring. Now, there is two ways you want to be doing it. I do it on a daily routine change. So every 24 hours when I can reset, I change it. So one day I'll do mock battle training day, and then the next day I'll do tiles. So at the moment, this is my tile setup, or my general setup. Usually I speed up conscription. I have powerful sweeping, which is going to help me take down the tiles. And then I have efficiency. So if you want to go with a full blown out Commander XP build, what you want to be doing, first off, you want to max your control and stamina. They're the first two you want to completely max without an absolute doubt. The next thing you want to do is you want to work on increasing your Commander XP. But before that, you want to be working on your efficiency for mock battle, because this is only going to cost 10 stamina instead of 20 when doing mock battling. Also, increasing your XP yield, which we'll do here for an example, it's going to give you even more XP when going out on those mock battles. Now, with mock battles I talked about before, as you can see, I have my Dane mock battling here at the moment. He's got just over an hour to go. So, whenever mock battling, you will be able to see these buffs. So, if we go to mock battle and I just grab someone here, you can see the extra buffs that I'm getting. Also, you can pick up these shields here, which increase your mock battling experience by 30%. As well, you can get them for 50 gems in the store location here. And of course, in your fellowship, if you just go to your store, they can sometimes be in here. For example, there's one here for 50. And we just picked it up, and we use our tokens that we get when doing structure tasks and when beating tiles. So yeah, that's firstly just the basic one, mock battling. So, and with mock battling, you're not going to be using any troops and losing troops. So that is a very big plus there. The next thing we're just going to talk about really quickly before we go on to the other big steps, which are super huge, is what commanders you want to use. Now, you want to be using a good commander that possibly has healing abilities. So, someone like Gandalf the Grey here, so if we go into his portrait right now, he has the Grey, so he has the ability to heal, as well as a lot of defensive, like White Council. This kind of build is my go-to build when hitting tiles. It is very useful, without an absolute doubt, which you'll see when I show you the sort of tiles and that we're going to be versing in a minute. Another good example is Theoden, because not only is he a very good hitter, but he's able to heal every single round. And you want to have full mounted troops with him. So as you can see with my Theoden here, I have a full mounted troop set up with him as such. Other commanders that I highly would recommend as well would be along the lines of Eowyn, Arwen, and possibly, if you're lucky enough to have Radagast, anyone who can do healing, because it's going to reduce the amount of casualties that you get without an absolute doubt in the world. Alright, well, the next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is going to be where to attack to get minimal losses as well as get maximum XP. So let's go, shall we? Also, in general, whenever you attack a tile, you're going to get experience as well. The higher level the tile, the more experience you get. So I'm actually just taking a little 200 tile here right now. Oh, we did get a Dune here, which kind of hurts because she's going to hurt our Oathbreakers a lot because she does a lot of focus damage. So we didn't do the world's best to hit there, but we still did a lot of good damage. But we definitely took a lot more casualties than usual because she is a very good focus commander, which is going to do a lot. So let's have a look now. And then, as you can see, we've got 34,000 XP there. So the higher the tile, especially these 200s, it's going to help. And working as a team will help you gain these. Then we had Gandalf the Grey clean her off. And then We had Big Pirate Boy, who does a lot of damage as well, but not bad. Taking about 50,000 damage on a 200 tile is not bad whatsoever. And then, yeah, I usually recommend having 3 armies here, so you could wait and just polish them off, but it's easier just to have a 3rd army there like Thade and just to polish it off like so. So yeah, you want to build to the highest tile that you possibly can at the moment and gain the XP. But as you can see, 200 tiles take a lot of losses, so I'm going to show you another option in which you can gain tens of thousand XP per hour. So let's go check it out, shall we? And of course, guys, the quick little tip as well, I don't have to go too much over this, so you guys know this, but just don't forget to do your XP tasks in the tavern. It's going to gain XP for your commanders, so don't forget to do them. I have mine at the moment. I'll be doing that later on. And also, when you're doing mock battles, guys, and stuff like that, as well as sweeping, which is another really good way to gain XP. When you go out sweeping and you sweep an army, you just go and search like so. You go to the mobs and you search one. After you sweep it, you will get XP, which I can show you. I got some reports. I did some sweeping earlier. If we go down here, see I did some mobs. I was only hitting 15. To get 9,000 XP, but you also get some food at the same time. But sometimes you will, when you hit them, unlock tasks in here, which will gain you up to 20,000 gold and 10,000 XP. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Here we are, guys, to one of the best XP farms in the entire game. Uncanny Effigies. So what you want to do with these guys, it will say level 35 and 2 armies. So basically, it's saying it's the same strength as a 200, but it is actually inaccurate. These are generally definitely a lot weaker than 200 tiles, as you will see when I attack. But the trick with these is what you want to do is you want to attack them every hour and kill the defenders, but you don't want to take the siege out. And you'll be able to do this multiple times a day, and you'll be able to get a lot of XP as you're about to see. So let's go in and attack with some of our commanders here. So we'll send Gandalf the Grey in, and then we'll send in Gandalf the White. I have a few other commanders here because I've actually got one of these somewhere a bit down further to actually train on and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to take this because it's going to give me a great buff of 500 power, which I'm trying to build my power up at the moment. But as you will see in a minute, you're able to gain, I think it might even be 100,000 XP. It's either 100,000 or like 80,000. I remember in a minute when we attack it in a second and see how much XP we get. And yeah, basically every hour you want to hit this, but as soon as the siege is starting to get low, you want to stop and let it recover. It will recover over 24 hours, and you're able to gain a ton of XP from this. So, as you can see, our first part, it's usually always, yeah, I've come to see that it's usually always or nearly always Gorebag and Gothmog, and they will at least have 1 tier 3. But as you can see, Gandalf the Grey easily sorts him out with a beautiful hit, doing a lot of damage. But as you can see there, I got 25,000. So I think it's 30,000 damage per hit, I think, or 35,000 maybe. And I got another 25,000 there, plus 10,000. So 60,000 damage. Sorry, XP. So you're going to be able, and that's not even fully taken out yet, I don't believe. Is there a little bit left? Yeah, there's a little bit left. So we got 60. So I think it's 70,000 XP you gain from this, guys. It's 35,000 per army. So every hour you can gain 70,000 XP. And as you can see, compared to a 200 tile, the losses are very minimal compared to a 200 tile. So yeah, guys, like always, use a commander that possibly can do healing. If you got Oathbreakers, they're going to help an absolute ton. Skill to try, you will usually verse trolls all the time, so bringing ranged will definitely help out when versing them. But that's going to be my next tip there, guys. The effigies will give you 70,000 XP per hour. Now, the last one, guys, is pretty simple. I'll head down there in just a moment after I get this done. But it's going to be working on special unit. or special unit camps, I should say, especially ENTS and Eagles. On Evil side, I think Nazguls are also a pretty good option. I don't know too much about the other camps. I think Barrowites and that are pretty weak. But these guys, you can get hundreds of thousands of XP per hour. All you're going to need is a really good healing commander and stuff, but I'll be back in a minute to show you that, guys. So here we are, guys, at our Ent farm. So basically, with the Ent farm, the commanders I want to be using is a commander that does a lot of healing. So someone like a Theoden is decent, or Gandalf the Grey, as well as Radagast. Also, another person who's extremely good here is using King of the Dead because he was stopped their healing. But as you will soon see, Oathbreakers are very useful as well as using ranged. Because you are versing Ents here, for example. It is the same with Eagles as well if you're using range and stuff like that. And the same with like the Nazgul camps as well. So as you can see, as you will attack, you will get a lot less losses on here than you will on a 200 tile. Now, as you can see, we did get quite a few losses here. That it's just because the first hit, we are a lot weaker and you're going to take a lot more damage. And these tier 2 rangers are going to absorb a lot of the damage for you. But as you can see, our marksmen and that are really good. And our Oathbreakers hardly took any damage. So it might look like you're going to take a lot of damage at first. But as you can see, we got nearly 20,000 XP. But if we leave this run on, our next hit is going to do a lot better, which I will show you. I will skip to that in a minute. But I'll give you an example for the next hit. So you can have 2 commanders here, and you can train 2 commanders at the same time. That's what I usually do. And then you leave them on there, and you draw. They both draw, and they just wear it down together. You can do this with one commander if you especially go like King of the Dead, Galadriel, or even Radagast. So as you can see, the losses aren't that bad, really, compared to when you think you're versing a level 50. So I lost 329 dead there. So as you can see, my healing, I've taken about 50,000 damage. Now, you can minimize this a lot. Like Theoden, if Theoden was like level 40, the minimum losses would be insane. Like, you'd only be getting about 20,000 damage. But as you can see, I got 34,000 XP then. That's like taking down a 200 tile pretty much, but only losing 50k instead of losing like nearly half your troops, if not more, like losing like around 150,000 damage. So as you can see, it is very, very, very useful. And now, as they are weaker, you will be able to gain XP a lot easier. The next hits will be a lot easier. But what you want to do is, when it's coming to the second, because there's 2 armies here, when it comes to the second round, you want to withdraw your armies and re-strengthen them or reinforce them back up to full strength, because you're going to be versing a full strength army again. And if you hit it with a weakened, it's going to do a lot more damage. So even though we took some troop losses here, now with the next hit, which will be in a few minutes, which I'll come back in just a second, and we're not going to sit here for a few minutes, we're going to gain XP a lot easier and get a lot less losses. So we'll be back in about 2-3 minutes with the reports for those. Righty guys, so we're back here. As you can see, my Gandalf the Grey is just about to hit again. So I'm going to show you the results, and then whether you want to retreat him or not, you need to work out right now. So as you can see now with the second hit, our losses are absolute minimal as promised. It's just that first hit that's really going to hurt. So as you can now see, I have only taken 7,200 damage and gained 26,000 XP, guys. This is where it comes in a huge play. Now, as you can see, there's only 48,000 left, but he does do a lot of healing. So we have got Theoden, who's probably going to finish him off now. And if it starts on a brand new one, you want to retreat both of your armies and then re-heal them back up and then start again. But that second hit is always going to be absolute perfect. And remember, this has a recovery time of 1 hour. So you can easily reinforce and then attack the second weakened one with plenty of time. So as you can see now, our Theoden is going to hit. Now, we are probably going to get losses on the second hit. But we are going to want to keep committing now, because we got this C. As you can see, we took out the last 20 with literally 0 losses. But then we lost a lot here because it was a full strength and we were weakened. But we wanted to do that anyway. But now, because he is already weakened, what you want to do is redraw both armies and then reinforce them and then attack that weakened army, and you will absolutely decimate it with a full army. But as you can see, guys, just from these reports from this ENT mood, we have gained, like, let's just say that's 20 plus 26, so let's call that, let's just call that 55. Plus 34 there, so let's just call that like 60,000, 70, 80. We've already got around about 90,000 XP already, guys. I believe you can gain, I think it's like anywhere from 100 to 150,000 XP from this every single hour. It's extremely good, guys. I thought I'd show you guys because I've basically reinforced again. So now we have Theoden back at full strength, and he's actually out of stamina. So I actually think I might have a potion if I'm super lucky. Hopefully. Like, I got a couple of potions. Beautiful. If you don't have one of them, you obviously have to wait until you've got stamina again. But as you can see, now that I basically have a full strength army, and we're going to go in, the difference it's going to make against a weakened ENT army is going to be night and day. You wait and see. And I do have Gandalf the Greys now there. So if this draw, which of course it probably will. So let's have a look. So as you can see, the losses are still not too bad. Remember, there's still 118 of 150. So that hit is going to do some damage, but it's really not that bad. We only took 60,000 damage there, but it's always the second hit that makes a difference. So I could keep him on there and finish, but this is why I always work in pairs, because now I basically got a full Gandalf the Grey there. I think he's slackened a little bit, but now it will literally finish off those last 60 with absolute minimal losses whatsoever. And as you can see on that last as well, we got 30,000 XP there. I would take 30,000 XP for only 60,000 damage any day of the week. A 200 tile is going to do a lot more damage to you. Oh, we actually drawed, which is very interesting. There's only 26 left. But as you can see, we barely took any damage, whatsoever. So that's going to be it. As you can see right there, guys. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out, and it's going to gain you a lot of XP and strengthen up your commanders a lot. So then you can get into those battles and stuff like that and do very well. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous. Thousands subs of the EJU army, yeah, you guys are legends to me, so let's keep on.